Hi, this is Ohio nursing home abuse lawyer Will Eadie. I'm here to talk about a sad case I was just reading about where the families recently filed a lawsuit for a man who wandered away from the facility, nursing home facility, Glenwood Care and Rehabilitation Nursing Home in Canton, Ohio, and talk about 6 tips, techniques, strategies to help prevent wandering deaths in a nursing home or assisted living setting. So briefly on the story, this is a 56-year-old man who wandered away from Glenwood Care and Rehabilitation in Canton, which appears to be, according to Medicare, Nursing Home Compare, managed by an Eli Gunzburg, who's part of the Providence Healthcare Management system. And we've seen them in a lawsuit before. Follows somebody out of the facility, starts walking, thinks he's on his way to see family. Very common in dementia cases for someone to have a plan. There's a reason they're leaving the facility. They're on their way out. Nobody notices. It's 7 or 8 o'clock at night, according to the article. Nobody at the nursing home notices. In fact, he's not found for 2 days. A couple hours later, he's walking along the road. The police pick him up, ask him what he's doing. There's no missing persons report from the nursing home at this point. There's no reason for the police to think, oh, hey, this guy wandered out of a nursing home. We should return him safely. So he tells them the story about where he's going, and they actually take him to the edge of their jurisdiction and drop him off. Someone else ends up calling to say they see someone on the side of the road. He ends up being found next to a dumpster and had died of exposure and cold. This is in April of 2018. So don't think, particularly if you're up in Ohio, the Midwest or northern states, that this can't happen just because it's not freezing cold out. If you're out there long enough in wet clothes and don't have the safety awareness to know how to get dry or get help, like dementia residents of a nursing home, then that can be deadly. So what are our takeaways here? And if you want to read more about it, I'll put a link to the article in the comments. Well, here are 6 techniques that nursing homes can implement to help prevent this type of thing from happening that may have prevented it in this case. Number 1, door alarms. Alarm the doors. If you're going to have dementia residents, if you're going to have residents who are prone to wandering, put alarms on the doors so that the staff know someone just exited the building who may not have been someone who should have exited the building. Number 2, and let me back up real quick. Those alarms, that can include wristbands, that can include clothing tags. They're so that the alarm only goes off when a resident who's at risk and shouldn't be leaving the facility has gone through a doorway, whether it's an outside doorway or an inside unit. Number 2, locked units. So you can have units set aside for those at-risk residents that are locked, that are not easy to exit, that require a keypad, dialing in a keypad or something so that visitors can come and go, but the residents who aren't safe to leave that area won't be able to leave that area. Number 3, window locks and guards to prevent them from opening too far. One way that residents who don't have safety awareness can be injured, can leave a facility and get injured or die is out a window. If they're scared, they think something's going on when it's not, they think this is a safe thing to do, they think they're on a different floor, whatever it is, having guards in place to prevent window deaths is critical. Number 4 are tracking systems for residents. So if you know that you're serving a population who's at risk of wandering, if you know you're serving a population that has poor safety awareness, you can actually put tracking units, GPS-based tracking units, just like you have in your phone, just like Google knows where you are all the time. You can have a system that keeps track of residents, and if they do leave the facility, you'll be able to find them. So in the case in the article we were just talking about, eventually they realize the man is missing and they look for him, but they don't find him soon enough. Well, if they had a system to track at-risk residents once they're outside the facility, maybe they would have been able to do that. Number 5 are seclusion rooms. So this is similar to a locked unit, except it's not locked. People can come and go, but it's designed in a way visually that doors are disguised. One thing you get with people who have dementia is they get very locked in on certain ideas, certain symbols, when they see certain things. So when they see a door is something you open and go through. Well, if you don't see a door, you don't think, I need to leave, I need to go. You just continue doing what you're doing within the room. So that kind of designed seclusion area that allows residents to not be locked away, allows people to come and go, but won't trigger at-risk people to wander away and exit the building can be really helpful. And number 6, so important if you're going to serve this population, is have a plan. Have a search plan, a rapid response plan, a team that can jump into action. So when a nurse or an aide says, wait, where's John Smith, where's Jane Smith, they can trigger the process, the protocol where the right people get notified. It'll get called into the police immediately. There'll be people out looking, and that faster you get that response, the better the outcome is likely to be for the resident. So those are 6 ideas to help prevent this kind of injury. If you have some insights, whether for a family member or you actually work in one of these facilities, share with us in the comments. Get a dialogue going, because this is such an important issue, and we owe it to our seniors who have done so much for us, that when they need our help, when they need help to prevent these kinds of injuries, that we can deliver that for them. This is Will Eadie, Ohio Nursing Home and Assisted Living Abuse and Neglect lawyer, hoping everyone can stay happy and healthy in a nursing home.